All right, for reading today, we will continue on with Ivan. And where did I put my book? Oh, good grief, right here. Okay, so we're still in the group of chapters 33 through 41. Getting close to the end of that. We're on the chapter art lesson. So we have art lesson and then treat. And that's all we have left in that group of chapters. So what you're going to need to do is go ahead and get out your student chapter packet. And you might need the vocabulary pages to help you too once we go to the questions in the student chapter packet. So looking at your student chapter packet, chapters 33 through 41, I think the only thing we have done is the quick write. So after we read these last two chapters, then we're going to take a look at this. But let's talk about these right now. The vocabulary this time is a little bit different. Before, we would always use the vocabulary word to complete the sentence. But what they're having us do with these chapters is write the synonym for the vocabulary word on the line. Well, the vocabulary words, are over in the box. We're writing the vocabulary word next to the synonym. Synonym means what again?
The same.
A word that means about the same thing. Look at that next part where it says fill in the blank. Do you see that section?
Mm-hmm.
Has the numbers 1 through 5 on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to think about each one of these characters, specifically Reuben, Ivan, and Julie. Did I say Reuben?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking Ruby and Ivan together, and I called the poor baby elephant Reuben. All right, Ruby, Ivan, and Julia. Got to split up their names so it actually makes their names. All right, for number 1, it says Ruby is. You're going to fill in the best answer possible. Do you know what Ruby is?
Mm-hmm.
Don't say it out loud. Could you write that down for the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at 2. Ivan feels blank about Ruby because. So think about how Ivan feels about Ruby and why he feels that way. Julia, a lot of different things that you could write for Julia. There's so many right answers to these. Okay, so I'm not looking for a specific way of answering it. All right. 4, Ruby asks Ivan. Now, you might have forgotten some of the things that Ruby asked Ivan. Could you go back? Could you kind of skim through?
Yeah.
Back through these last few chapters that we've been reading here once Ruby was introduced and find something that she asked him? That's probably what I would need to do. And then Ruby tells Ivan that, so you're looking for something she says to him and something she asks him. We'll talk about the cause and effect as a group. After we read, I'm going to have you complete these 2 parts in the middle of this page, the vocabulary and that filling in the blank, completing those sentences. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right, let's take a look at, what was the chapter? Art lesson. What do you need, Raylan? I can't hear you. No, it's not time. All right, looking at art lesson, we're going to look at that chapter and treat. I want you to read art lesson by yourself today. Okay? You could even work on the fill in the blank because I see parts in here that would go with that. Or if you wanted to look back into that chapter when I think it was introductions on 79, that would work too for when Ruby's introduced to everybody in the story. But go ahead and read art lesson on your own. If you would like to sit around the room, that's fine, but you need to make sure that you are spread out, socially distanced, and then when you have finished reading that, come back to your seat. Any questions?